Is there a way that you could tape my eyelids open so I can take in everything
I
forcefully?
know. I'm fucking stoked on this, man. Been waiting on this.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Zodiac Summoning Circle podcast. And today we have a special premiere for you guys. I've been working for a little bit. It's a little bit later than I expected, but sometimes life gets in the way. On a documentary of what we did at the Worlds 2024 tournament that you probably heard all about already, but now you're going to get to see some footage of it. So, special guests this time. It's all members from our Zodiac team that we brought to the Halo 2 side tournament. So we've got Goat Manjaro, who is now shrouded in shadow, and that suits him perfectly. We've got Mr. Ferrari.
What's on, boys?
And we have Repentency as well.
Yo.
And as we're screening this, they're going to get to give their thoughts on the video. We'll talk about it after. And there's a lot of great moments that I'm sure people are going to remember as we go through this. I'm really excited to show this to everybody. I've been working on it for quite a long time, and it's finally here. So.
Oh yeah, man. I'm stoked on this, man.
An out of 10 hype right now.
Yeah, for real. 10 out of 10 hype. I mean, it's been what? 6 months since Worlds, I want to say, right?
Yeah, it's been
months,
about
right?
5
So,
months. 5 months.
Crazy,
Holy
man.
Four.
4? It's the 3rd month, and October's the 10th month, right? So I think it's about 5 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, give or
Holy
take
Lord.
it, yeah.
Yeah, but so it's been a while. These shouldn't be so late in the future. But with no further ado, I don't want to keep anybody waiting any longer. We're just going to start this bad boy.
Get it. Let's get it.
I don't know what Zodiac has to do with the ocean, but I love that intro.
I know.
Yeah, Keys did a great job.
I love that.
So fire. So fire.
All the prep work.
Yeah.
Perfect music choice, too.
I'm getting fucking chills right now watching this.
Yeah. Shout out to Air Canada for giving me really good weather to film. Every flight that I went on was like totally different.
Love the portable Xbox Series
Yeah.
S.
At least you gotta fix that Ferrari part.
Yeah.
Unless you added that for everybody. I love it.
So this hotel is like way too small for 2 people. There's some of my bedding. I let LD have my bed because he's got to win this fucking thing for me. There's me. There's my awesome getup. Convention center's just down that way, I think.
conversation with like Joe last night, bro, and I'm like, dude, I'm like, you and Rep already fried, right? So it's like, how much more are you guys gonna fry now? Now we're on land, you know what I mean? So it's just like, things definitely gonna play a lot smoother. It's just more so like, I feel like we just gotta get that like first series out of the way, just get it out of the way, and then from there it's just.
Waiting in line for like 7 hours
Yeah.
to like
We
just sign up
for
alone.
like an
That
hour.
was
Yeah.
literally, man. That was probably like one of the like roughest things.
I love you got the shit talking in there.
Oh, there's a lot of them. Trust me. If you think you said something funny during one of these series, it's probably captured. And there was some stuff from the spectators.
Oh, goes overkill right here.
That's Rep right there. Rep's on the far left.
Yeah. You are right, that does happen in a Warlock game though.
Whose voice was that?
I think it was Blades. There was a bunch of people standing there though. If it's not a voice that I recognize, I just put
Look
them
at
on
the scoreboard,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Scoreboard's like 38 to like 13.
Yeah.
Got my little victory melee in there.
Yeah.
I love how I got that guy one shot and then Rep cleans him up. It's like one moving machine.
I didn't hear that because I was like standing like right in front of the spectators. I didn't hear that during the match, but when I heard that in the edit, I laughed for like a minute. I thought I was
Absolutely not.
This kid's got fucking
Guys are
goosed on
smiling
time.
on the other
They,
side.
they,
else
they got
got
triple
goosed on,
goosed.
yeah,
One of them got 2
they got-
kills. That's the most score they got. They got no ball time. Here it is.
Dude, it's weird. I'm moving so slow until
Triple
it's
attack, baby. Woo!
Oh, yeah. I
I
remember
guess
that.
to clip it too. Yeah.
I tried to clip it.
Yeah. You can see the like for like 2 frames, you can see the Xbox menu open.
Yeah.
all I see is just like shots coming in from like all different angles.
Yeah. This P3 was like an AC 130 this game. For like the last like third of this game, Goat was just up there.
Ferrari. You hear people in the background like, what? It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Mopping, bro. Fucking mopping.
Like, I look like I never died during the first
Yeah.
series.
Bomb armed. Bomb detonated. Game over.
Good fucking game, Go, man. I was watching.
Oh my god, Goat.
This was crazy. This game was like,
Walking right into that reticle.
yeah, it was like one of like Hyena's content or something. This match.
Goat's #1 trap card.
Insane. Bro, this is the fucking score record right now. 14-3.
Yeah.
God. Jesus Christ, Goat.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were popping off like this fucking game, bro.
Yeah, it was like an aimbot.
I know, right?
I wish I had like a camera or something like on the table or whatever, because for that entire game I was just like smiling or whatever.
I was so
I think I
hyped
basically
when
like as
we
soon as
made
the sniper would
finals.
go out, I'm like, okay, you know,
I
you're
was
gonna have a
so
sniper at
hyped.
11. You know, like that's it. That's all I had to say. The whole game was so easy.
Think how much pressure I was under right here. She got 3 of them pushed up, shooting them in their base. This is where we had to be aggressive.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking back, I'm like,
I was back in
half our
range.
team just died on the right side. I'm just sitting here holding this side by myself, keeping him back.
I've been learning how to play this map better too.
That was a bad shotgun.
Yeah, man, this game's a long ass game, bro. This is a fucking full 15-minute game that we played.
Yep.
Yeah, every game was down the neck.
Yeah, I think of like the 4 games, almost all of them went to time. Or the last one definitely went to time. This one went to time as well.
got betrayed. That was bad.
You got betrayed right there?
That's a
Yeah,
betray.
I got betrayed. That was bad. I was pushing their hut to try to get control back.
Yeah, this was an awkward push too, because I think you run an ammo
Should have pushed that back turret, back outside.
We had to slay right there.
Yeah.
Play. Go.
No, the positioning there was awkward.
Lost the lead.
Push up. I got ring free control. Push up. Push up. Now it's time. Their huts. Their snipes up. Their snipes up.
We had to slay him, man, before we moved that flag.
They couldn't. I mean, they couldn't cap 3 in 15 minutes.
No, we almost got one. That's
Yeah.
when they got their second cap.
I
and
know, they
counter
counter-capped,
so,
yeah. This was a crazy match because we were even down like almost 10. We came back.
I got jumped in library right there.
Oh,
That
dude,
was
they
such
got so many. They got so many lucky spawns this game, though.
Yeah.
It's like not so obvious in the footage. I might still put together these games like unedited or something, just so people can see. They got so many lucky like front library spawns, like these crazy front library spawns that you like dream about
That
getting.
knife play though, dude. That's such a clutch play.
Yeah,
I'm so
yeah.
glad you got that in here then.
Lost the lead.
I got bucked so many times this map.
This is the smart play right here. So you can't see it that well, but dude, I was like being such a distraction there. Made a kill one there too.
Yeah, the grenade got him, I think. Yeah, they had no idea how to like deal with that.
Yeah, look, this is the sneaky play I did. Look,
Yeah, we're down 9 right now.
down 9 right now. Watch this, boys. Like this was the play.
I got him one shot. I got 2 double kill.
Dude, that was.
No, this as well. You get the no scope there. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That was
this is
such
what
a
changed the whole game right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. This
Rip hands
changed
me
the
the
game.
snipe, and then I start frying.
Go.
Yeah, I try to flank him from the front library.
Yeah, this was a really bad push that they went on too, but they're desperate, right? Because we're all talking like,
Yeah.
you know, Ferrari is saying it, I was saying it, Go was saying it. Like, there's no BR ammo on Snipe's side of the map, right? They need to move forward. They just did it in a way that was kind of costly for them.
Dude, thank God for fucking LB's nade, bro.
Dude,
Because
that
honestly,
grenade,
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
we're not gonna pause it, but did anyone see that
Dude,
angle where it like
honestly,
gets the
dude,
2
if you
shots
would
and
have
it
never hit
goes,
that nade, bro,
There's
you
some,
would've never hit that
there's
nade,
so
bro,
many
like-
small things that
Yeah.
like.
you probably would have got fried. Like, Cause like I was like a Rika's, like I was so weak, dude. Backtracking to library, like if you would have never hit that nade, dude, like you guys were on spawn, we would have
This
got
right here
knocked.
was
I
like,
learned so
this
much
right here was
from
like
this
by
match
far our
right
worst
here.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
like
because
this right
on
here,
Oddball, you're dead
this
for
game I
so
learned so
long.
much from. Like, this is such a learning experience.
We just
So
like
it turned on to like a 1-on-4 like the whole time. They were all just ganging up together
the
on the map.
the
They were
problem with
pushing
this
together
game.
that bomb.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
oddball,
yeah.
I mean.
The problem
They're,
with this game is that like we have like we played midship obviously
have-
with like flare, flag
They
bomb,
have
but like
one
we
guy
had
on that ball, and then what they do, Ferrari, is they like rush 3 guys with the guy that has the ball, and they just get
Yeah,
pushing the entire
yeah.
cycle.
Yeah, they literally just like
rotating
walk
that
around the
ball,
map
like,
as 3 or as 4. I think I said it before where when we did the podcast before, I was saying it's
yeah, man,
almost
like,
like
they played this like the one thing that I will say, dude, like Phase 2 played this, bro, like Halo 3 players, bro. Like,
Yes,
they
yeah.
played
Yeah.
this fucking
They
map,
did.
dude, exactly
They
like
did not
how.
play like it was H2, which is completely why it threw us off. But it's such a good learning experience.
Yeah, it is.
well, that's what I was gonna say though. Like they played this like MCC Halo 3, right? Like the registration's all fucked up. So you just like forget about long range shooting. You just walk around with
Yeah.
4 people or like 3 people
Exactly.
like flanker or something. Yeah.
Exactly.
And
It's just,
we
yeah,
did, we
dude,
did
like-
play this game mode or whatever before but like
Yeah.
not against anyone this good who played like this. Like it didn't.
Yeah.
It was completely alien. Like I don't even think the score lines on this map were that bad. It was more just like they never really lost control of the ball because there's always like a second guy to get another 15 seconds or walk the ball somewhere
Exactly.
else whenever we
Exactly.
come in.
Yeah.
So.
This game was a bloodbath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was the probably in contention for the most exciting game at Worlds 2024. Played at a side tournament at like what was it, like 10 or 11 at night when everything else was shut down.
Flag capture. Gain the lead.
Push up. One's a yellow bricks. Yellow bricks.
I got blindsided by these guys so many times, man. I learned a lot from this.
I'm gonna go green, top mid.
It was that fucking yellow brick, dude. Just like you had fucking one kid constantly ratting
We need to
yellow
go to the
brick,
right.
bro.
We need to go to the right, so we need to
Yeah.
counter that by going to the
Yeah, bro.
opposite
Like,
side.
dude, like,
Green,
Going green.
It was right there. I
Like,
died by yellow
literally,
brick
dude,
again
like-
right there.
yeah. Like, it's me, like, being, like, completely honest with you, dude. Like,
They had
after
two
watching
picks
this
up in the
game so
opposite
many
faces.
times,
Yeah.
I've watched this game so many times with my POV, dude. Like, bro, like, I just kept on going fucking yellow, and I'm like, dude, like, I already have like fucking 5-6 deaths with just trying to get this fucking guy off of yellow, and all these like, bro, like, we gotta push the right, we gotta push the right.
We won't
I know.
talk about it like
I
now.
was like,
but
yellow brick
I've
was
now had to
red.
watch this game like whatever, like 100 times or something. I like my brain just like rejects this game at this point. It's like I'm developing a kind of like PTSD or something at this point. Because there's so many moments, like even like forget about like strategic stuff, where it's like somebody stands 5 feet to like a different direction that they couldn't have known and we win. You know, somebody moves like half a second faster to a position and we win. You know, just stuff like that. So.
Two bottom mid.
That's me trying to hold yellow. And then we get like a cap, I believe. Or we get like so close. Did we get this cap?
Yeah, we get this one.
Yeah, we did.
Capture.
Yeah.
Gain the lead.
And then I got jumped.
That's fucking yellow, bro. Like, yeah, man. Fuck. Dude, Rep was like fucking like mopping this game, bro.
Dude, I was
Yeah.
crying this Warlock game, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know
this
how
is
we didn't
the
get
one
this
that
cap.
hurts.
How did we not get this cap?
No, it's because like
Bad
this
toss.
is-
It was a bad toss.
yeah, this is one of the ones where it's like if you just took a different route, but it's like you don't know that at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so, like it's like when you try to do like a deke or whatever, and the defender just like gets you. It only looks bad after it's happened. You know what I mean? Because like you know, you zigged and he zigged and he's got you. You know, so it's just that way.
I stayed alive for so long there.
Yeah.
So that's huge. I'm pretty sure LD gets 3 here.
Here's me trying to like.
Yeah.
I keep grabbing the flag.
I'm fighting that guy that's in yellow. While you're pulling that flag.
This is so big.
Probably got our base on our flag. I got him.
Flag captured. Tied the leader. Flag stolen. Lost the lead. Flag captured. Tied the leader. Flag stolen.
I got one. Bottom mid. They're piling. Oh no! Oh my god! No!
Flag.
Oh my god, man.
That was clutch play, bro.
Yeah, that recover I think actually was the game.
Yeah, that was fun.
Dude, I was trying so hard in this game. I was trying my absolute damnedest. Even at the end, bro, I tried stopping the flag again. You'll see me the one where I was like looking at him with the grenade.
30 seconds remaining.
Dude, 30 seconds, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
This fucking last play.
Yeah, gets the kill there.
Yeah, look, I'm like trying to kill this guy so desperately.
LD died. I threw a fucking nade, and they spawned in their flag, bro. Like, that was the stupidest fucking way to lose right there at the end, bro. Like, just along the fact that like the flag was in their base and they spawned in their base. You know what I mean? So it's like fuck.
Yeah.
So we'll go downstairs and then we'll talk in that bottom lobby and then we can go to the after.
Yeah, man.
Tell you what, though, the way we played today, I'm still proud. Could we do better? Always.
Yes.
But I'm proud. I'm proud of how we played and the games that were. It was really good games. Crazy good games.
The only reason why that they got those 2 caps, like, bro, like, they constantly had someone being a nuisance ring through.
Yeah.
Bro,
And they also
it
had
was a
constantly-
constant
Exactly.
nuisance, right? Like, boys, like, we've been playing for the past, like, month. You guys know how I play, right?
Yeah.
That game...
You had to watch that. Like we
15% of the
have to
game,
like
maybe?
go back to the drawing board on that
Right?
map if
Yeah.
there's going to be.
Bro, the amount of pressure that was applied to me.
Yeah, dude.
I was like jumping.
Yeah, they were like.
I was
It's
like
like-
jumping around P2 and nades were just going off like
Because
left
listen,
and right all around me. I couldn't go anywhere. If I peeked any fucking
Because
door,
once again, like I
somebody
said,
was
okay,
shooting
right,
me.
So, well, that was fun. Dude, it was fucking fun.
We got good games, bro. We got good games, and like...
If you're talking about like trying to take Halo 2 seriously and like having like high quality Halo 2 or whatever, like that was the highest quality Halo 2 that has been played in months,
They
right?
told us, the crowd told us that was so much more entertaining.
Yeah.
We gave
Oh
them...
no, did you hear? Like there's only like 20, 30 people there or whatever.
Yeah.
They were like screaming.
Yeah, I heard them. Yeah.
Fucking music.
No, it's like happy celebratory music.
Right.
It's a
Look at the
brand
brighter
new
side of
day.
things. Yeah.
Right.
The brighter side of things.
I love the flags.
Yeah, the flag is
History
sick.
right there.
These are really cool. Yeah.
that we weren't wearing them yesterday, to be honest with you.
Alright. We got him today.
The triggers down hoodie on.
Nice. Yo, shout out to Being, man. This shit is fire. Fire, fire, fire.
Hands down, dude. Out of the 20 years I've been playing Halo, dude, like, from starting to compete in Halo 2 Classic all the way to Infinite, bro, one of the most fire jerseys that I have, bro. One of the most fire jerseys I ever put on my back, ever.
Yeah, it is pretty
The
dope.
jerseys are sick.
The gear that we have is so sick.
Just stay right there. I'm gonna do one where I like swoop up into you, and then you're gonna do the ice thing.
If only we like posed in an alley with like dumpsters and stuff and stared at the camera, that would be even better.
The shades, bro.
I've never been Go Man, I'm Rory.
That's right.
That's the Go Man right there.
Eating fun dip. The shades.
Oh, man.
I wish we would have got Walshy in here.
I know.
I have that video. I can send it to you.
He's focused.
I'm glad you put that in there.
I was fighting for my life. I think I had like 14 kills or something that game. I didn't even do too bad that 1v1. But it was pre-patched, so it doesn't even count. For what it's worth, like we always shit on how like dead new Halo is. That was a packed grand final, you know. Even like the semis and quarters and stuff. There's a lot of people there, so.
I used to play A, but for Gandhi hopping, I jump in A, right? So I call it A, and Gandhi hop is in. So you can Gandhi hop, and you can go like this at the same time, and you can Gandhi hop while you're shooting. Yeah, that was really good. That was really good, by the way. Our anniversary. This looks good. This is right here. Look at what you ordered, bro. Oh, now it looks good. Now that I paid for it.
Now that it's in front of me, it looks good.
For anniversary,
You talking
it
about
was
this
like
right
a
here?
short,
This right here.
season. So I was like,
All right, Vinny, go ahead and give a speech. You gotta talk loud so the camera can hear you. Yeah. What? The Halo. The Halo 2. Halo 2, yeah. Halo is back, boys. Office Hyena.
This plane took so long to take off. I was sitting on it until like, it was like night. And it was like midday when I got on.
I gotta shower, guys.
That's where he was the whole time. He was at the market.
Dude, I fucking love the market, dude.
He probably left already.
I'll be there again this year, bro. For Worlds, dude, that's like the first thing I do, man. I go off the plane, chicken at the hotel, I go straight to the market, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got to give a shout out to these guys.
Yeah.
You heard Blades a couple times in the video, but you know, they were cheering for us as well during our matches. It was cool because we almost had like our own fans installed with us, kind of, which was cool. Made it easier for the finals.
Were we fighting for host at one point?
Yeah,
Lazy?
yeah, that's when I had that huge host argument before Sanctuary. Yeah.
Oh, boy,
Lazy's cool.
Brendan.
Yeah. No, big shout out to Brendan. He basically saved this whole project.
Legendary photo, that's it.
You said you liked that photo best.
Dude, I was gonna say, man, you had to dump it in there somewhere, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Good times, good times, good times.
Honestly, man, I really appreciate that. I always treasure stuff like this. It's really thoughtful of you, and yeah, not to sound too fucking gay, but yeah, it's just it was really kind of you, dude. I'm just like, yeah, made me happy. Thanks, man.
Legendary.
Yeah, to hear that from him, I mean, that's really special, dude.
Wow, bro.
So what do you think?
That was genuinely the best documentary I've ever seen for like a small, like, I wouldn't even say small event, but you know, for the scale, you know, of where we're playing, you know, for it not being like MLG, you know.
Exactly.
That was phenomenal. Like, it really showcased Worlds and what made it special. It showcased that, you know, there's a lot of passionate people that still like to compete on LAN. It shows that for our events, it shows that, you know, there's a lot of passion for Halo still. There's a lot of love for Halo still. You did a great job, dude.
Yeah, I think you did a great job, man.
Yeah, for sure. I tried to especially make sure that we got like other things that were going on there too. Like obviously like the meat and potatoes was going to always be our matches, right? Especially the grand finals, right? That's why the grand finals is like so long in it. But I wanted to show like going there. There's other stuff going on too. Obviously Infinite's still going, and like I keep saying, I said it on the podcast, I'm saying it now, I showed it in the video, like that was a packed, like the convention center was packed. There was not sitting room by the end of that grand finals. You know what I mean?
No.
People were like sitting on the floor. It was crazy. Yeah. It was
it's
huge.
easy for people to dismiss and say, "Oh, it's a dead game," or "No one's going to be there." But like, comp was there. Like the guys we played, the guys we went to the grand finals, we got second place. But the guys that we lost to, you guys can't forget. These guys are like top. We lost against the number 1 FFA player in Infinite right now.
I think if you take their earnings, I think between all those guys, they've made like 40 grand in Halo. So just sum it all up, we basically played a $40,000 like pro team.
Yeah,
Like,
and then
for
after
sure.
when we lost by a thread, and then after that they played Complexity and beat them, and they got first place in Halo 3.
That's
And,
almost an $80,000 team. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's an $80,000.
And they were
that's the crazy
more,
part too. Man.
I was gonna say the other side. Sorry, you go ahead, man.
No. I mean, you're good. Complexity had Ryan Noob, Rain, and like 2 other players that I can't remember.
Hunter JJX.
They had
Yeah.
JJX there, and then there's
Somebody else.
Yeah, it was
That's
like,
what I'm
it was like
saying,
their
though,
full
you know,
team,
it's
except for Huss, they had Hunter or something like that.
Well, like I said, it's easy for us to say, "Oh, we went to an event." Like what? And people dismiss like what event, But
Yeah.
it's like, well, here's the video, this event with all these people and all these screens and all this shit going on.
I was gonna say in some of the side tournaments, bro, there were like real fucking good teams.
Yeah.
Like in
like-
the Halo 5 doubles, like Mind Freak had their actual players there,
dude.
and it was
Yeah.
nuts.
But there's no lands, right, guys? There's no lands. Nobody goes to land.
Well,
right?
not only that,
That's what
but
they,
if you
that's what they
actually-
say.
yeah, I know. But if you compare that that event, I mean, it was a $1,300 prize pool for a side event. I mean, for Classic Halo, that's a lot of money. In fact, if you look at all the like online MCC Pro Series tournaments that they hosted a couple years ago, I think those prize pools were only 1,000. So you're actually talking more money at that LAN than they've been supporting at online like HCS events. Like, it's it is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, some of the stuff that LVT shows, like the collegiate leagues and some of the Forge Hub stuff and things like that, are, not entirely different. Like the collegiate one, I think, is lower. The Forge Hub tournaments are a few $1,000 as well, so it's not massively different in that way than a lot of relatively big online tournaments in terms of like prize pool and team attendance and stuff.
And I mean, good teams are there. I mean, you have some smaller pro teams there. I mean, Ascended Baselines are there. That's like almost a $10,000 team. You have, Dark Inside. That team's growing. In fact, they're picking up more and more like bigger pro talent. So like, a lot of these quote unquote smaller orgs are actually quite large and quite impressive if you look at them in the scope of the actual Halo scene.
Even more to me, it's just the memories, man. To have something like that on video and to be able to like relive it, like watching that video, to me, it's like more of a distant memory now because it was like, like several months ago or whatever. But and I think I had an event since then or before then. I don't know.
Yeah, you played PAX like right before, so
like right before, right?
Yeah.
So like So
and there's been
my time
Vegas since that we were watching and all that. So
yeah. And now we have events around the corner, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly.
Like in my mind, it was just a memory, but now that I can go back and play that and show people, be like, hey, yeah, this was this is what happened, and here it is. Like it makes it more real, That's really cool to have something like that, that I can relive. Maybe when I'm old and senile and I got my fucking pants hanging around my ankles and I'm fucking on cruise control, my grandkids could play me that and be like, hey, Grandpa, this is you. But I forget all about it.
Yeah, right.
I'm just so glad that stuff like that is documented. Like, honestly, just from like a project standpoint, that is something that we've been lacking in the Halo community. Just like having old school documentaries like that where you're seeing teams show up and play and interviewing players. That's the road. Yeah. That's what makes the whole thing fun. That's what makes the adventure fun. And
it's about the journey, not the destination, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like all of the great like underground esports games, like fighting games or arena shooters or whatever, have videos just about the event or about like the adventure that was the event, both in the games and outside of the game, right? And so, we can talk about, good teams or money or whatever. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to show, like, we were here That's kind of what I was trying to say
happened.
with the video, right?
I also like how the video adds context. So like when people go, "Oh, you got second, you lost," right? And I'm like, "Yeah, but did you see how close it was? Did you see how it came down to the last 30 seconds? You see it was 4-4. You know, you see it came down to a buzzer beater at the last minute, and somebody threw it and it 3-pointer and it made it in. You know, like it wasn't a blowout. It wasn't nothing embarrassing. It literally was just it came down to like to the buzzer beater. That was it. Down to the last shot. And there's something to be. There's a lot of pride there. It's not like, oh, dude, you made it to the finals and you got blown out. You know, like
Yeah, we didn't get swept. That's for sure.
we didn't get swept, and we saw these guys trading games with another pro team. So like, it just right place, right time. Maybe move a few chairs around. Maybe do a couple things, and then we get the recipe, and then we come back next year stronger than we hit it and get that first place. So.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, that's the thing too. Like it's for, I think people sometimes forget, it's like for entertainment, right? Like the reason why this happens is because it's fucking fun, man. Just like exactly what Rep said, right? It's fucking fun. Those games were really fun, Yeah. And then also for people who are there, who are like fans of the game, like there's a reason why if you go, I mean, I think now the game's in a different state, but when I was in college, people would still be huddled around CRTs playing like Melee. Like there's no live stream, there's no proper production. It's just in like just in some classroom at 10 at night. We have the biggest TV there. There's two dudes playing. There's like 50 people sitting around jumping up and down. It's because the game's exciting. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with Halo. It's like the game's just exciting to be there. You don't need big live stream. You don't need $1 million prize pool. It just it's a sick, exciting game.
I don't need a new visor. I don't need a new skin. I don't need a new gun skin. Like I just want to enjoy the game, and I think
it's not glamorous. Like Halo started with fucking 4 people each side staring opposite each other playing, and like I said 30 in the video. It was more like 50 or something, but not a lot. 50 people in the audience, screaming and hooping and hollering like hyenas or whatever. Like that's how it started, and that's how it continues to be because it's just that exciting, right? So.
And another thing too is like you don't get those experiences online like you do LAN. There's such a mystery about LAN tournaments because you never know who's going to be there. You might think that you're prepared when you show up, and somebody way stronger decided to show up, and it's that mystery, you not knowing what you're walking into, that just makes it so fun. There's so much adrenaline involved. It's like you're fighting against all odds. It's all stacked against you. So you have that aspect, and then you just have the cultural and like just social aspect of things, getting to share a passion and be around people.
It's that same uncertainty or mystery, like you like to say, that keeps a lot of the competition out as well, because they don't know if they're going to win, and nobody wants to get exposed on LAN. No one wants to get shut down, and so they want to protect their egos, right?
Yeah.
Because as long as it never happened, they could say, "Well, I'm still the best," or "I'm still this," or "I'm still that." But the fact that we go out there and we put it all out on the line, win or lose, it's like, yeah, we got second place.
I mean,
we've also gotten first place.
It's scary for a lot of people because like there was teams there that showed up with a coach and they got blew out first round. They got
the first round if you look, yeah.
So there is that aspect. You could show up, face the best team there immediately, and get blown out first round, and all that money.
You can show up in fucking Walshy and Strong Side and fucking Neighbor and fucking Eli the Ninja could decide they want to fucking form a team last minute. Like it's crazy. There's no holds bar. It's like anyone can get it. Anyone can sign up, and people are like, well, pros don't sign up. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. We had Neighbor was playing with Ferrari the year before,
I mean, so there's a couple other guys too that were in the H2A Invitational for MCC. A couple other players that did some other events like that were in the tournament. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I mean, good people definitely show up. Good people are there constantly.
One of the other things too is like, it's different online, especially with how Halo is now, where there really is like a limited social aspect to it. It's like kind of insular or whatever. When you're actually at a LAN, I mean, I've seen this happen both ways where people like shout at each other or whatever and then they're friends the next day. I've also seen it where people, there's like a physical confrontation. Fortunately, that didn't happen this time, but you don't have the option of like playing a match against somebody, the verdict comes down, and then you're like, fuck, cheater, or whatever, or like, then back out of the lobby or whatever. That's not really an option, right? Because you're actually there, and in a way, it's like, whoa, kind of scary, right?
I mean,
but
yeah,
in
you're
another
literally...
way, yeah, but in another way, it's like, who am I, like, as like a competitor or like an actual member of this community, right? Like, how can I actually,
exactly.
Learn who's there? Like, that's why I was shouting out the NorCal guys and stuff like that, because they were there at the event. We played some of them, like Lazy's team or whatever, and then we ended up being like friends with them or whatever. And it's like that for a lot of people that we both played and just sort of met at the event. So I think that's a very underrated aspect.
Yeah.
No, yeah, for sure, and like something else that like I'll just like say about like Halo in general, man. Like I've been playing Halo for over 20 years. I mean, I'm 30 now. I started playing Halo when I was 7 with CE, and like when I was younger, man, like I used to be able to grind Halo, dude, for hours, bro, for hours, never get bored of it, right? And with everything going on right now with like Infinite, and like the state of like Halo, and just like the shit that like the community has gone through, right? With the whole entire release of like MCC, not being able to fucking play it for a whole entire year, and then all these project, development issues with Infinite that are like currently like still like going on, and everything with Halo going to PC and dealing with cheaters and this and that, bro. It's just like for me personally, bro. Like for someone that's like been playing Halo for 30 years, bro. Like I can genuinely say that like playing online, dude, compared to LAN, I don't get that same adrenaline rush like Rep said. It's like I don't get that same adrenaline rush. I don't get that same high, that same dopamine of like, damn, I'm excited to hop online and play Halo anymore. And that's one of the things that just keeps on making me go back to tournaments, man, especially Worlds. It's like Worlds is always going to be one of the biggest Halo tournaments to go to, and that's where everyone's going to come out. And yeah, it's just like nothing will ever beat LAN, bro. You know what I mean? Like just like playing on it, you know what I mean? Like like I've said it time and time again, but like just like playing on LAN is just a whole different experience than just playing online, and the feeling that you get, you know what I mean? It's just completely different, right? Because like when you're home,
Well, I mean,
you're
I think
sitting in the
there's a
comfort of your
sense.
home.
There's like a sense of investment, right? You got to buy a
Exactly.
hotel. You got to buy a
Yep.
plane ticket. You got to
Yep.
maybe take some time off work or school or
Prime
whatever.
examples. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
like you're laying it all on the line, and nobody wants to feel like they're investing into something with a chance of not getting a guaranteed return. And
Exactly.
that's why most people never compete. I'm
Yep.
sure there's a lot of talent out there, but most people will never show up because most people
Yeah.
will never want,
Yeah.
And then there's a whole chance of losing, like I said. And if you lose, then it's like what your ego's hurt, right? So
But see,
And that's like
it's the complete
Yep.
opposite for me because I like being the underdog. I like knowing that I'm probably the underdog there, that I'm playing against and being surrounded by professional players that have probably been playing at higher levels than I have for many years.
well, that's
Because
how
a
new
lot of
pros
those
are born. That's how
yeah,
Snipedown came
and
to be. That's how a lot of these guys came to be. You know.
so for me, even if I lose or even if there's a chance of losing for me it's all about the adventure and knowing that I
Exactly.
am the underdog, knowing that I'm
Well,
probably going to be facing the highest levels of adversity, and if I beat that somehow or if I fight my way through it, it's just a sense of pride and accomplishment, as if I'm improving, I'm getting better.
Yeah.
So for
yeah, I
me
mean,
it's
you're
fun.
already going against the pros, so it's like, what do you have to lose, man?
How do you find that recipe, right? How do you build off of the experiences, like Rep said as well, to just find that recipe, of like, okay, like this is what happened. How do we learn from this, and what can we improve on, to essentially excel moving on with further tournaments.
Yeah.
Another thing too, I was just thinking about. I think a lot of time people were also scared because, like I think Reaching was saying earlier, you have a crowd of people standing behind you that are
Yeah.
almost behind your ear, and they're
Yeah.
watching, they're looking, that they're watching every move you do, and then on top of that, you got other people across the table from you that are like literally yelling at you, telling
Yeah.
saying things like "get shit on," So you're like having to you're having to hear that, and,
Yeah.
and deal with that frustration. And
I
like
love
Richie
that
said,
shit.
you can't walk away from it. You have
No.
to bottle it up and eat
You
it.
can't shut off your Xbox and
Nope.
and
That's-
walk out of your bedroom, bro. You're there. There's nowhere to go. You're stuck in it.
No, it's stressful. Like the last set that we played, they picked like a good setup for it, and also they started to like move away other setups. So I'm not joking. Both sides, if you actually look at the video of our last thing, there were fans standing as close to the Zodiac players as I was, the coach. I'm like standing between two people, boxed in by two people, yelling in each ear cup. I can barely hear. On the other side, all of like the Orchid Point and Rest in Peace guys are watching the Phase 2 dudes. You can see them clap. Like, there was a lot of people. They're literally like in your personal space. You don't even get the noise canceling headphones if you're just playing the side stuff. You have the whatever Turtle Beach Ear Force or whatever at best. You know?
Yeah, the audio was a little wonky, but you know we worked with what we had. We didn't have like, professional mics out there or anything. But if you hear it over our call outs and over the music and over the game, you could actually hear people like ooh ah in the background and all the oohs and ahs and shit if you listen closely. And there's for whatever you saw on the video, there was probably 20 times the footage that you didn't see that happened during the games.
Yeah, agreed.
There was a lot of stuff getting said. There was a lot of crazy plays. Unfortunately, we couldn't capture all 4 screens. I wish we got more of like LD and Rari, but we got what we could get with what we had. Next time we can come a little bit more prepared, and have maybe dual cameras going, for 4 screens. But dude, just the whole experience was epic, man, and I can't wait to do it again. So I mean, like, comp is out there, man. Life is what you make it. So everybody could lie to themselves and be like, there is no lands, there is no this, there is no that, and if you're not looking for it, you won't find it. But if you're looking for something, and if you look hard enough and you turn enough stones around, you'll find what you're looking for. And for us, we're gonna continue to go on that journey. If anybody has anything else to say about it, well, that's your opinion, bro. I'm gonna just do me. So I can't wait to see what teams that we form for the 2025 season. We have a lot of events lined up. There's a lot of stuff right around the corner. So we'll see what happens. I have not been this optimistic about the future of at least my competitive Halo career as much as I am going into this new year. I'll say that.
Moving into this year, I have a lot of optimism.
Yeah. I mean, at least by placing whatever you place, you could be like, okay, well, I placed that, and that was the best that we could do in our given circumstance. But what's even worse is to be like, I never even tried. I never even left my house. I never even I hear a lot of regret like that with a lot of people who were like, oh,
I wish I went. Yeah.
I wish I would have went. I wish I would have. I wish I could have. I would have, should have, could have. Would
Yeah.
And you hear a lot of that, and like at least when I'm an old man and I look back at my life, I'm on the rocking chair and I got fucking goddamn gravy dribbling from my chin. I'm not gonna be closing my eyes for the last moment, being like, man, I wish I could have, should have, would have.
Man, I wish I went to Worlds 2024.
Yeah.
That would be what you think too, Goat Man, isn't it? Your kids and like the car you didn't buy and stuff, and you're like, man, that's the one that got away though. What would I have got if I went in 2024?
Yeah, right.
No, but it's not just that. It spills into all aspects of your life. I wish I should have talked to that girl. I wish I would have bought that car. I wish I would have went on that trip. I wish I would have said that one thing. I wish I would have, not been a jackass to my friend before the last time I spoke to him. Like when you lay it all out on the line, it starts spilling over to other aspects of your life.
Right.
And
also,
you end up living a more fulfilling life.
Cool. Any other thoughts before we wrap this up?
I mean, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, like to be honest with you, like last and final thing that I'm gonna say also, right? About just like everything, with with Reaching making this video, and just all of us, linking up together. It's like the first time that the first time we were all together, right? Like I had met Go and Rep briefly from the year prior because I played them. And the same thing with LD, but once again, all of us, it's just essentially not knowing all you guys, right? And then like going to like the tournament, it's just like we like all like clicked right away, and everything. But more so to just like finalize things, right? And the point that like I'm trying to get to essentially, right, is that when you look at Halo as a whole, right, like besides just tournaments and to kind of reflect off of like what Rip just said, right, like as well as GOAT, like you can always be doing more, right? So if you're not going to tournaments, right, you could be creating content, or you could be a streamer, right, or like you could be providing some value to the community, right, which is going to help Halo grow overall because.
Or you could be the coach, or you could be the editor. Yeah.
And that's like
Yeah,
the exact
exactly.
thing, right? Right, like the point that I'm trying to get to, right, is that like there's always something to do, right? You can always be doing more, right? And like like even if it's like the like littlest thing, it's just like it's something that's gonna help Halo grow, more than what it is already, right? Because when you look at Halo as a whole as well, and it was really funny. It was a pretty funny moment when Regine put the Dr. Pepper logo in there with the MOG logo, with a rep, and like once again, it's like you look at Halo as a whole, right? And we're talking like Halo at its prime, right? Was probably like Halo 3, and I had this conversation with my cousin back in the day, dude. Like tournaments, like
Yeah.
tournaments, like the vibes, the sponsors alone, man. The sponsors alone, dude. Like you had Dr. Pepper, Old Spice, dried gum, Astro, Doritos, like Monster Energy. Like the sponsors alone for Halo, dude, back in the day compared to now, bro, were like a million times better, But one thing, like I said, man, it's just like you can always be doing more, right? So like no matter like what goal you have, no matter what bar standard that you want to set, you can always be doing more, So
I think we live in a culture now where people are like I go online and if you beat somebody, it's like, oh, trying in 2025, roll my eyes.
exactly,
Oh, you think you're gonna go pro? 10 years too late, buddy. You run into a lot of comments like that, and basically what people don't realize is, your actions and your words speak into existence, right? So if you want the game to be dead, it'll be dead.
hmm
If you want to like, what are you doing to contribute to rekindle the fire that is Halo? Like people can
exactly,
say all kinds of shit. You know that there's a huge audience for Tetris. Tetris came out in the fucking 80s.
literally,
And there's people there's kids that are like old enough to be our kids. Right? There's like I think some kid named Zudi or Zumi or something like that. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about.
Blue
They
Scooty,
roll. They
yeah.
put
Yeah.
Blue
There's a few of
Scooty.
them.
Yeah.
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 He
And
was like
this
14
kid,
when he broke the world record. Yeah.
yeah, he was
Crazy,
like
bro.
14 when he broke the world record, right? Like he's old enough to be my son. You know what I'm saying? And like these kids are grinding a 1980s video game. There's people grinding Mario, the OG Zelda,
Yep.
N64 shit, right? Like the game dies when people stop playing, and
Yep.
no one has ever stopped playing Halo. It may have died down, but the game has never stopped. And
exactly,
because of that, there could always be a resurgence in the future. We don't know. Like 20 years from now, people could be like, "Oh, you heard of the first 3 Halos? Oh my God, that's where it's at. Vintage is where it's at." And then boom, it has an explosion. You don't know. You don't know what could happen, right? And I may be talking out of my ass, right? But the thing is the game has never died. It dies when we stop playing. And as long as we never stop playing, the game will never die. And when other people see that, it inspires them to play, and the next thing you know, it just takes off again. You know,
As long as
you
there's
never know
4
what could
people to
happen.
play 4 people with like 10 people
That's it,
The game
watching,
man.
isn't dead.
it's not
Yeah.
that's
dead.
it, man.
You know?
Yeah.
If it ever becomes that that's over, then I guess, right? Which is why it's so important
it's-
to show up.
it's like
But
what I
until
said
until
earlier,
that
like-
point,
Well,
Yeah.
when kids say, "Oh, there's no tournaments," I hear that fucking line every day. There's no tournaments. There's no. Yeah, and in your reality, in your mind, there isn't any tournaments because if you don't see them, if you don't experience them,
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
why-
and that's
that's also why I'm so glad you're putting out this video to show people like it's not like
for real. For real.
it's not like box office like Lucasfilms it's not like the craziest shit ever. But one thing it does is it encapsulates
Yeah,
in my mind the a forgotten art of competition and real life competition and getting in there. It's like like it's like video game baseball versus real baseball. Like
Yep.
it's not the fucking same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're getting a ball thrown at you 100 miles an hour and you got to hit it over a fence. It's not the same. Yeah, if that thing hits you in the face, you can go blind. Like there's consequences. Shit can happen. You know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't just run your mouth at land. You never know what could happen. You know. So everyone's etiquette is a little bit different. Everyone kind of carries
Yeah.
himself different. You know. There's stuff on the line, and that's an aspect of Halo that I love. And it needs to come back. And if it doesn't, that's fine for most people. But it's not going to die for me because I'm going to keep showing up to these things as long as they post them. As long as there's a land to be had, I'm going to be there. And if you want to win it, you got to go through me and whoever the fuck I'm bringing.
Yeah, and that's like the exact thing, right? And like the absolute last final thing.
And that's bringing competition back to the game, you know?
Yeah.
And the absolute last final thing that I'm gonna say, right, is just like a prime example, right? You know how like people can talk shit, you know, about like, oh, Halo 2 is a dead game, you know, there's no lands, there's no this. Once again, like fucking Ghost said, right? It's like you have to look for them, you know, like yes, it's a 20-year-old game. Yes, it might not be as mainstream, right? But like, you know, you will find, you know, smaller lands, smaller tournaments, you know what I mean? Where you can go there, you know, and yeah, like, you know, it might not be the biggest tournament over, you know, to where you get 100 people show up, you know, but if you have 10, 15, 20 people, it's still a tournament, you know. And a prime example is you look back at the Vegas tournament, you know.
At
You look back at
Worlds,
the Vegas tournament and
at Worlds, that was for $1 million. That was
Yeah.
$1 million on that. We were at a $1 million tournament.
literally, dude.
It was so big. Yeah, there was $1 million won that day.
Yep.
You know, so
Yep.
it's not like Halo's dead. You know, there's a new Halo around the corner. What's that going to be?
Probably next like 2 or 3 years. Yeah, yeah,
And that's the exact thing too.
I
You
was
know,
gonna
it's just
say
like
like in the spirit of like 10 people or whatever.
Yeah.
Again, LD's lands. You just show up. Those guys are nice,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
the LD's not here, but dude, I had to like room
The
with
LD
him
is
as he saw
someone
in
that's
the
like-
video.
yeah.
Yeah, he's super cool. Let's show you how to play.
the LD is
Dude,
yeah.
it's the
I want to
community,
say
bro.
something.
I want to say one thing about the LD thing real quick though.
Go ahead.
Fun fact about LD. A quick shameless plug. VHS Future is from LD's community in NorCal, and he fucking found me at PAX West in Seattle, and I didn't have a fucking team, and he showed up. We have another podcast about this. You guys, drop a link in the video if you made it this far for the link for that video if you want to watch it. But he came and showed up and was like, "Hey, you're Goat Man, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, why?" And he's like, "I know LD50. I go to his NorCal lands." And then boom, we made a team. We got first place. Boom. That's all I wanted to say on that. But yeah, it's a sense of community. It's crazy. It stretches far and wide. The guy's 2 states over, and he knew who I was through LD, and we made a fucking team and won it. We
I
won
just
the whole
wanted
thing
to
that day.
I wanted to make a quick point here. A lot of people think it's impossible to go pro in classic Halo, in old school Halo, and a lot of it's because they don't really have the HCS Pro ratings now for the classic Halo. So, you know, when you're looking around, it's kind of wishy-washy. What makes me a pro? How would I be pro? How would I go pro?
Exactly.
But there actually is a way. And the thing I wanted to mention is the time is running out. If you want to be part of history for classic Halo, the time is running out in the sense that it gets more and more limited to find these events, to make a name for yourself, to put yourself
Yes,
in put yourself in that part of history. So, you know, people think, maybe tomorrow, maybe I'll do it next year. You might not have next year. And so it's why it's so important for us to continue being at as many events as possible, going to as many events as possible, and playing the best that we can. So we, at the end of the day, if time does change, we submitted our legacies, you know? And
I mean, and another thing too is one hand feeds the other, and that is like, if we're on limited tournaments, and all of a sudden you're like, damn, I want to show up because I want to win an event, or I want to compete, or I just want to have fun, or I just want to hang with the boys. Whatever your reason for going to these events is, if they see if they're not stupid, if they see a big influx of people coming in to play these events, they're not going to get rid of them because it's bringing people in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, throw $1,000 on the table, all of a sudden you have a big influx of people coming in for that shit. They're like, damn, that's the cheapest marketing we've ever had, right?
Exactly.
So it's like, and then what does that do? That causes more competition. The prize pool gets bigger. All of a sudden they're like, damn, we can't get rid of this classic shit. Maybe we should start an HCS Classic League. And then boom, all of a sudden it becomes its own thing. And then you never know where that spirals from. You
Yeah, and
know?
that's like the exact thing, and to kind of draw off that a little bit, it's gonna be the last, absolute last and final thing that I'm gonna say.
Yes.
But a prime example of what Goat just said, right, is if you rewind back to I want to say November, when they had the H2 Classic tournament in Vegas, right? The prize pool started off on that Friday at I want to say around 36K, 32K.
25, 25, I think, something like that.
Guys,
30. Yeah.
from that Friday till the end of Sunday, right? Because of how much exposure. And once again, this is a 20-year-old game. This is Halo 2 that we're talking about, right? From them streaming it on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, right? The Halo community was able to raise that raise that prize pool to over 100K. I believe the prize pool hit, I want to say about like 105K, So it's like for those reasons alone, right? Halo will never die, right? Halo will never die unless exactly like Goat said, you stop playing. And me being someone that's been playing Halo for 20 years, bro, like I have this shit embedded in me. This shit is in my DNA. Like I'm literally gonna be that person that's gonna be on my deathbed, literally like fucking dying from cancer, playing fucking Halo, like in the fucking hospital to my last breath. But yeah, man, like Halo will never die. Like as long as there's some sense of, like smallest community, Halo will never die.
The grass is green where you water it.
Yep.
The grass isn't green on the other side. It's green where you water it.
Exactly right.